The College of Media and Communication threw open its doors today for an open house. There's a lot to offer here, anything from a daily student newscast run by undergrads, all the way up to the Center for Communication Research, where faculty and PhD students come to do all their work. The Texas Tech women's soccer team was selected to play in the NCAA championship. The first game is at home in the John Walker Soccer Complex against Prairie View A&M. It's really important for seniors like me to come in and pick up everything you need from a cap and gown to your announcements. TAB holds up to 60 events during a single semester. Some of them include food like this. Make your own cookie. Who does not love free dessert? It's a cold day, so it's a perfect day to go make your mug, and you can put a hot drink in it or even the soup mix they have for you to take home. Fans bundled up and piled into the John Walker Soccer Complex Friday night to cheer on number 3 seed Texas Tech women's soccer as they hosted Prairie View A&M in the opening round of the NCAA tournament. Junior forward Janine Becky had a big day, scoring 3 goals and completing a hat trick. In the 22nd minute, Katie Heap heads a ball to Becky as she took a shot on goal, scoring, giving Tech a 4-0 lead. That would be Becky's last score of the game after making a goal in both the 10th and 12th minute. Becky is the first Red Raider to earn a hat trick in the NCAA tournament. After her third goal, head coach Tom Stone pulled her off the field. Becky had a tough day facing the anniversary of losing her father, but she didn't face that alone. Her entire team, coaches, and trainers were there for her. Stone said Becky has faced this anniversary each time Tech has made it to the NCAA tournament. He also said that she plays with a passion for her team and to honor her dad.
My dad passed away 13 years ago today, so it's really special to be able to play in front of a home crowd and with the 27 people that mean the most to me. So it was really special for me to be able to play and to be able to score those goals, because I know if he was here, he would be really proud.
Becky has scored 42 goals, making her the career leader at Texas Tech. 8 of those goals were scored in tournaments, which is the highest in program history. Stone was comfortable pulling Becky out so the other players had a chance to play.
We knew the reserves were just as fired up to play as the starters, and once we got them out there that they weren't going to let each other down. So we felt really good about getting them out there. But, Janine gets a hat trick, and it looks like we're going to win the game. There's no point in her getting hurt. The strategy was put the fresh legs in because we knew we could count on them, and also get some people off that we didn't want to get them nicked up before next weekend.
Texas Tech beat Prairie View A&M 8-0 and head to Gainesville, Florida to play Auburn next Friday, November 21st. Collie Woods is a redshirt freshman on the Texas Tech football team.
Okay, so the thing about concussions to me is, and like how I see it, I box and I got concussions from boxing, so that was a given. Like, you gonna get punched in the head, period. And after my third concussion, like, I don't know, I got my fourth or fifth in high school, and my trainers already knew that I needed to make it to college through football. So I mean, it is what it is. If I would have had to stop playing football, I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't be in college. Football is a contact sport. You can get a concussion in any sport, and I don't know. I'm not gonna say I've gotten used to them. I know how they feel. I know the symptoms, and I know what happens when I have one. So I mean, it's not really nothing you can avoid. It's it just happens.
He said that players are given the NCAA concussion guideline.
They give it to you just as one of those things, protocol, here, but it's not really your main focus. I mean, pretty much all the guys, we know what a concussion is, and when we get one, we know what how it feels.
Rhonda Eade is a professor in human sciences. She teaches lifespan and human development and warns about the long-term effects of concussions.
Well, it depends on the severity of the concussion, but what it can actually do is damage part of the brain. And then most of the time what happens is another part of your brain will come in and help compensate as the brain heals. But if it's a constant concussion, it can lead to things like Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's, things like that.
Sean Commons worked for the football team as a student manager from 2009 to 2013. One of their duties was to fit the players with helmets.
You're supposed to fit it to where there's no movement in the head between the head and the helmet, because that could cause a very bad injury.
But I love the sport, so whatever it took me to get here, I would have done it regardless.
Kappa Delta held the Seesaw-a-thon this past weekend at the South Plains Mall. The money raised goes towards child abuse. Haley Neal and Julie Williams are freshmen at Texas Tech and are members of Kappa Delta. They have enjoyed participating in the event this year.
Important to our sorority, being that we have 80% of the proceeds stay here in Lubbock and only 20% going to our overall national philanthropy, really is a big deal, being that child abuse is a really big thing in Lubbock, and it's one of the highest rates in the state.
It's just really great to be able to get out here and just help all the kids.
Haley and Julie said it was a little scary being on the 12-foot-long seesaw at first.
You feel like you're gonna fall off at all times, and it's really not the most safe.
No joke. Like, once you kind of figure out your system, you're good. But the first couple times you feel like you're literally about to fall.
Yeah, it's probably one of the sketchiest things I've done.
Vice President of Community Service for Kappa Delta, Jocelyn Owens, said the money raised at the Seesaw-a-thon goes towards the Children's Advocacy Center for the South Plains.
We have a few other events that we'll volunteer for them for. Because it is dealing with abuse victims and stuff like that, we can't have a hands-on aspect with them. They do have like a Super Bowl party and tons of events to raise money for their center, and so we'll participate in those and volunteer with that.
The Seesaw-a-thon is nothing new for Tech Kappa Deltas.
It's been about 20 years since we first started Kappa Delta on Tech Campus. We pretty much started the Seesaw-a-thon. It's kind of unique, and so that's why we like it, just because no one else has a huge seesaw, like a 12-foot seesaw. So it's just a great way to bring awareness, especially for child abuse in Lubbock, because it's really high compared to all the other cities in Texas. So.
Texas Tech's biggest holiday tradition lit the night sky yesterday. Here's what it looked like and sounded like. This is the 56th annual Carol of Lights. It's a big deal every year with the salad trams and masked rider walking through the crowd, holiday music, and of course more than 25,000 lights. The facilities department says about 8 of 10 lights this year are low-energy LED lights. They hope to have them all LEDs by next year. Professor Pete Bruton kept us honest with reporting and advanced reporting. I want to thank you both on behalf of the hundreds of students you've influenced over the years, including us.
You know, I'm really going to miss Professor Bruton teasing me about my hair. What's your favorite memory?
Oh gosh, there's way too many to even name right now. Republicans also had a very big night across the country. Democrats hold 55 seats in the Senate. The GOP needed to take 6 seats away to take over the Senate, and they won by 7, possibly more. John Cornyn won re-election here in Texas. There were 13 states which were considered close and could go either way. Republicans won 10 of them. Dan Sullivan beat Mark Begish in Alaska. Cory Gardner won Colorado against Mark Udall. David Perdue beat Michelle Nunn in Georgia. Joni Ernst topped Bruce Bradley in Iowa, and incumbent Kay Hagan fell to Tom Tillis in North Carolina. The only close race where a Democrat won outright was in New Hampshire. Louisiana will go to a runoff. Republicans also won the governor's mansions in some surprising places where Democrats traditionally do well, including Maryland, Massachusetts, and Illinois. Some folks here at Tech want to make sure you get where you're going. Transportation and Parking Services hosted a free car care clinic today in the C16 parking lot. That's Commuter West. Workers from Scott's Complete Car Care were on hand to check out fluid levels, belts, and give your car a once-over. Satellite motorcycle training was also there, and you could enjoy a free hot dog, chips, and a drink while you waited.
Hopefully the weather will feel a little better there than it does today.
I know, right? It's pretty chilly again today, but at least it's not raining anymore. Let's take a look at the MCTV live tower cam. We'll barely get into the 60s today for a high, and it will stay cloudy and windy. Tomorrow and Friday we'll get to the mid-60s with lows near 40 degrees the next 2 nights. We should see sunshine again starting tomorrow.